Remember, with these most logically completes the text questions, we are just kind of following the story. It might lead to a natural place. We might also be adding in information we don't really see explicitly in the first part, but it'll still flow from that. It is kind of like we're just concluding a story, adding an ending, getting to the end of an argument. So let's take a look. The practice of logging, cutting down trees for commercial and other uses, is often thought to be at odds with forest conservation, the work of preserving forests. However, a massive study in forest management and preservation spanning 700,000 hectares in Oregon's Mahler National Forest calls that view into question. Okay, so that seems important. So far, results of the study suggest that forest plots that have undergone limited logging, the careful removal of a controlled number of trees, may be more robust than plots that haven't been logged at all. These results in turn suggest that. Okay, so there's some tough vocabulary here. The most important word is robust. Basically, that means that in this case, they're talking about the limited logging is more robust than no logging, right? So limited is better than none. Robust means strong. So these limited logging plots are stronger, are better off, are more stable maybe than plots that have not been logged, right? So they don't get into what robust means in terms of the specifics of like, what does it mean for a plot of land to be robust? But in general, that word means it's strong, it's sturdy, it's reliable. So here it's a good thing. And so that's why my little dumb summary here has this kind of greater than sign, right? The limited logging is greater than none. So basically that's kind of what I'm looking for in the blank, right? Like they originally thought that logging would be bad, but then they changed that, right? It called that view into question, and now we have a new thing. This is why you can't get too bogged down in what comes early on, right? Because they might change what they're saying halfway through the passage. Just like let it flow, keep going and see where it ends up. So let's see what we get here. Logging may be useful for maintaining healthy forests, provided it is limited. Yeah, okay, limited is better than none. That seems like it fits with that, right? It's saying logging may be useful if we limit it. So, okay, I don't have any immediate problem with this. So I wouldn't necessarily pick it for sure, but it's still certainly in the mix. B, other forest management strategies are more effective than limited logging. Well, we didn't talk about other forest management strategies. If the only one we actually talked about is not logging at all, and they said that was worse. So no, we just never talked about that. This is changing the main character. The main character here is logging. Stick to that. C, as time passes, it will be difficult to know whether limited logging has any benefits. Well, no, they said it has benefits. They said it makes it more robust. So that means there's some benefit. They didn't get specific about it, but it's something, right? So first of all, I don't even know what they're talking about. It's difficult to know. What's the connotation of this passage? Does it seem like we're confused about something? No. And as time passes, as we always say, like, be careful when they introduce the idea of time into a passage. The time needs to matter in the passage as well, not just in the answer choice. D, the best way to support forest health may be to leave large forests entirely untouched. No, it says the opposite. It says that if you just do nothing, that's worse than if you do the limited logging. So beyond that, the idea of there being a best way is really, really rough, right? That's definitely a strong word. It's a quantifier word, right? It says something is number one. And so we have to be really careful of that. All we're doing here is comparing regular logging, limited logging, no logging. That's three things. There might be hundreds of other ways to support forest health. I really don't know, but I'm not aware of them and I can't bring them in, and I can't say for sure that one of the three ways we talked about in this passage is the best way. We don't know. So we're not allowed to make that assumption. This is a very obviously wrong answer to me, but if it doesn't stand out as obviously wrong to you, then you need to continue to practice. You got to watch my lesson on trap answers. That needs to stand out as being obviously a problem. And then you can get into the details of why. But as soon as I saw that word best, I was like, uh-oh, that's trouble. Notice too that choice A, the one that ends up being right, may be useful. That's nice and weak. It's not just taking a super strong stand. So that's kind of another good sign that that's the right answer. Is we want to avoid strong words, but we like weak words. They tend to make it more flexible of an answer choice. So we don't kind of box ourselves into something being number one or the only way to do something. But yeah, this is a great question that kind of combines a lot of reading passage ideas, and it doesn't matter that it's one of these logically complete ones. The strategies of the reading passages tend to be the same no matter what type of passage.